So in this session, we will do some projects on the GUI because in the last session we have completed the GUI sessions and we have also completed the networking part, right? So in this session we will do three projects. First project is completely on the GUI. Second project, first project is GUI project, which is like we will going to create a test editor like Notepad. Okay. Second project, we will do a GUI plus a networking project where we will create a chatting program, okay, which is one-to-one. And third, again, we will create a GUI plus networking project where we will create a group chatting program, which is one-to-many. We have a one server and many users. In the single chatting program, we have one server and one client, but the program should be a GUI program. So we will going to create three projects today. Is it
Mm-hmm.
clear? Any questions?
Yes, teacher.
And any questions from last sessions? Have you
No,
practiced? Like
no,
you
teacher.
done it?
Yes, I did practice, teacher.
So this is our plan. So I will create a. So this is going to be a test. Let's go editor dot. So how we can create a test editor for the like a GUI program. So first we can write the functions of the test editor. Like what my test editor can do. So first my test editor can open any file, okay, and close any file. Secondly, we can write something. We can write and save the file. Okay, this is like the main task of the any notepad file, any notepad application. Like the application can open the file. Okay, like we can read any file and we can write and we can save the file. So this is the main functions of the test editor. So first we will going to import the printer. So we will going to import the library like so we are importing printer. Then we have to import a file dialog box. So we have to you can import from printer dot file dialog. You can import ask open file. Ask open file name and then we can use ask save file name. So we have imported ask open file name, which will open the file like pre-existing file. And secondly, ask save as file, which will open the file. Okay, like sorry, which will create file. Like we will write something and that will save the file. So two libraries. Then we will first write a program for function for opening the file. Let's say we have any pre-existing file, so we have to open it. So first tab open underscore file. And here we have to provide a file path. File path equal. So here we will ask open file name. And here we will provide a type of file we wanted to open. So we can provide file types. So first here we will going to what kind of file we can open. So first we will going to open the txt file. Like we can open any kind of file, TST file, Python files, C file, Java files, etc. But we will make it simple. We will keep it simple. We will open the test file because it is a test editor. So here we will use test files, comma, extension. We will put here the extension .txt like this. Then we can also open all files of every extension. So we are going to
Mm.
open two files. Like first file, we can open the TXT file. Second file, we can also open any kind of file which have the test data. Like we cannot
Mm-hmm.
open the image file in the test editor. That is not possible. But yeah, we can open any file. Let's say any C file, we can say any Python file, we can say. So we can open it in the test editor. So now we can use a if condition here. If not file path. If file is not in the file path. So we can simply return. Okay. Then here we can use test underscore edit, which is my second function dot delete. And here we can just open the window. Okay. Dot. Then we have to open the file with open file path as the input file. So here we are opening. Here we can provide a test equal input underscore file dot read. Like we have to read the file. Then we have to insert something. Let's say if I wanted to insert something, so I can use edit dot insert the text. Then here I can provide a window title for this particular window. So is window dot title. It should be my test editor. And then here I can use a name here, which is file. Okay, like window name contain the my test editor and the file name. That is the first function. Second function we can create for opening any file. Let me see. We are opening file. Yeah. Now we can create a program for saving file. So this is a function for saving file. Okay, here I will create a program like a function set def save underscore file. And here I will going to use first again the file path here. File path is save file name. So the dialog box will ask you if you wanted to save this file or not. And then here we will use default extension should be tst. Okay, like by default we will going to save file as tst format. Secondly, file path should be same as this one. So file types should be same as this one. We wanted to save tst file or we can save any other file. In that you can close the packet. Then again we can use if not file path. We will again return and then we will use the same up to the same. So we will going to open the file as write mode. So we wanted to write something. So this is writing the file. And this is actually opening and reading it. And this is opening and writing the file. Then here we have this test. Here comes our output underscore file. Output file name dot write. I wanted to write the test. Okay, and then here comes the Windows writing and so on. So this is my save file code. Now we can write a code for the GUI. Okay, these are the codes for the like for functions of the notepad, the test editor. Now we will going to write a function for the GUI. So here we will create a window equal tk dot k. Then here we can use window dot title. Title should be my test editor. Then here we will use window dot row config. So we have to configure the row, and the size should be like how many characters can come in a single row. So here we can put minimum size can be let's say 800, comma weight we can put 1. Then we can configure the column size. It should be minimum size 800 again and window size 1. Then we can use test underscore edit equal tk dot test, and here we can put our window. Okay. Then here we have to put some buttons. So fr underscore buttons equal. This is my frame button. tk dot frame. Here I will use a frame here, and the frame should be inside the window. Comma. Here we will use a relief of let's say tk dot paste. Border size should be 2, like the border thickness should be 2. Then we will create a button to open any file. If I wanted to open any file, I will click on open button. So this will again a button, and here we will use this button should be inside a frame, which is frame button, and here I will use a test on the button, which is open, and command should be open underscore file. Okay, then I will use a save button, and this should be again a button inside frame. The test should be save as, and it should be save file. Then I will put a button. I will just set some grid for the buttons. The grid. So I will where we have to keep the button. So we can keep the button in row number 1. Not row number 0. Let's say column number again 0. Okay, like first row, first column. And sticky we can put. This is like the direction where we wanted to put. We wanted to put in the east-west direction. Okay. Then we can provide some padding. Pad X should be 5. And we can provide the padding Y should be 5. Same, we can copy this. And now we will put the save button. In place of open, we can use save. Now here I wanted to put save button in first row, in first column. Direction should be same, padding should be same. Then we can put the button for the grid, which is same buttons, draw grid. And here we can provide the location row equals 0, column again equals 0. and sticky, like the direction should be north, south. Okay. Now, here we can use test underscore edit dot grid. The location of the test, here we can use row equal 0, column equal 1, sticky again equal north, south. We wanted the center, so we will use north, south, east, west for that direction. Then finally, we will run the main loop. So this is our code, and something is not right in our code. Now check it. Output input and with open
Teacher, what's that 1.0?
oh yeah,
That
just give me a second. I will explain the entire code.
okay, teacher.
There's something one. Fine card section. Yeah. Now we can first run the code, then I will explain the entire code
Mhm.
again. Let's see. See, this is my test editor. Okay. And now here I can write something. Let's say I just want to hit hi. This is my test editor code or file. Now let's say I wanted to save this file. I will click on save as button. So now where I wanted to save. Let's say I wanted to save on desktop. So you can also change your location. So let's say first underscore file dot txt and I click on save. So now you can notice. So now here you can notice this is my test I'm writing. This is my title, which is my test editor. And the name of once I save my file, this is the location where I have saved and my file name here. Then
Mhm.
this is where I'm writing my code, like my test, and this is the frame here. This is the frame. Inside frame, we have this button open, which is on the row number 0 and column number 0. Save, this is on row number 1 and column number 1. Okay. And the frame location is in the east and west. So that is the location here. So now if I close this program, so you will notice this is my file, first file.txt, which I have created with the help of my notepad. And if I wanted to open this file in my notepad, I will click on open. And now I will select my file. I can select any file, first file, and click on open. You can see. Hi, this is my first editor file. So we can open any file, like any kind of file, and we can close any file. Let's say I
Mhm.
wanted to open the Python file. Let's say test editor file. See, this is my Python file. So I can open any file. I can like create any kind of file in this editor. Okay. Is it clear? The
Yes.
working? Now,
Mhm.
let's understand the code first. So here we are importing the kinter and we are importing a dialog box. See, this dialog box is this one. If I run this program, this is the dialog box. Okay, this
Mhm.
one. So here we are importing two libraries, like two functions. First, it will ask to open the file name. Like with the help of this particular file, like function, we can open any file from our operating system. And with the help of this library, we can save any file to our operating system. Then here I'm creating a program for opening file. This is my function, open file. So this will ask like from where I wanted to open the file. So here first, it is asking what kind of file I wanted to open. So here I can open the test file and I can open any kind of file. So this is the extension for the test.txt and this is the extension for anything .py, .pdf, .python, .java. Like we can open any file with the help of this dot here. And this asterisk, these asterisk, this one and this one. This one is mainly for open every file. This one is for these signs are for open any kind of file which include dot. Like open any kind of extension file. So this is all file types and this is TST file. Then, if not file path, if file is not there in the location, I wanted to open any file and file is not there. So this will automatically end my window. Like this will automatically close my window if the file is not there. Okay. So let's say if I wanted to open any file and file is not there. So instead of throwing the error, I'm just closing my window. So this is a code for closing or we can say ending the window. The 1.0, it is for ending the window. Then with open. Now I wanted to open any file. So first I will use a file path. Okay, like from where I wanted to open the file. And then R means I'm reading a file as input file. Then from the input file, I'm reading something that I'm putting in the test variable. And then I have the window here. Okay, like I have this window. So whatever the test I am reading, I can So whatever the test I am reading, I have to put inside this window. So the test dot edit dot insert. So whatever the test I am inserting inside my TK window. What I am inserting? The test. Whatever I am reading here. So let's say if I open any file and I select any file, let's say this one and open. So this is my test here. This is my test here. So I'm writing this test inside this window. So this is inserting this test inside this window. So that is tst.editor.insert. Test editor.insert. We are inserting anything. Then here I'm providing a window title of file path. Like if I run this again. So my window title is now, for now is my test editor. If I open any file, okay, like if I open first file, you will notice the title has changed to this title. My test editor hyphen the file name like file path from where the file is coming and the file name here. Okay, so that is the path. So the same I'm using here, my test editor and the file name and file path. Then this is for opening any file and this is for saving file. Again, I'm asking, I wanted to save file. Default extension should be TST. Otherwise, I can save any kind of file. I can save TST file. I can also save all types of files. So this is like the ask save file. Then again, I'm using if file is not there in the file name. Like if I'm not providing any path, so this will do nothing. Okay, this will like close the window. If I'm providing any path, then it will open file as write mode and I'm writing something. Okay, I'm putting something in the editor. Then I'm saving the file in the output file. And then this is my file window title. Once I save my file, my Windows title will change into this title. my test editor hyphen the path of the file. Then this is the code for the GUI. I am just creating a main window. This is the main window. This is the title here, the row config, like how many characters can come in the single row. You can think of the size here, the size of the window. So row means the width, which is 800, and weight is 1. Okay. And column size is also 800 and weight is 1. So this is like the size of the window here. Then I'm creating a test window. So this is test.edit, and this is my test window where I can write my test. So this is my test area where I can write my test. This one. So in this area, I can write something. I can write like anything. Then these are my 3 buttons. First is frame here. Okay, this is the frame here, which I'm talking of. This frame. This part is my frame. Inside frame, I have 2 buttons, open and save as. So this part is my frame here. So I want this frame inside the window, the main window. Relief is equal to raised. It is like raising. It is like coming upward. Then border is 2 here. So if I show you, the border is 2 here, this border, and it is in a raised direction. It is like raising from the bottom. So that is like the frame here. Then I have buttons here. First button for the open, second button for the save. So I want this button inside the frame buttons here in the frame. Then I am writing something open for open button, save as for save button, and command here. So when I click on the button, I will call the open file function, this function. When I click on save button, I'm calling this function, save as button. Okay, save as function. Then these are the location where I wanted to put the button. So I'm putting the button on this location. This is row number 0, column number 0. This is row number 1, column number 1. Save as button. So this is the location I'm providing. Then sticky equal, this sticky is the direction here. Direction here is east and west. Same as here, the direction is east and west. And the padding here. Padding here is, if I'm writing something, let's say I'm writing here something. Okay, I'm writing something. So this is the padding X. And this is padding X. Sorry, padding Y. And this is padding X here. Like the space before your test. These are the padding here. The space here. So we are adding padding X and padding Y. And then I'm providing a button, like a grid for my buttons. I want my grid to be in the row 0 and column 0. For example, here, this is the location of my frame. Location of my frame. Row number 0, column number 0. And in the direction of north, south. Okay, in the direction of north, south. Then at last, I'm putting the window grid for my test where I wanted to write something. So this is the direction in the middle of everywhere. So you can see the grid is this one, this one. This is in the middle. So the direction is all 4 direction, north, south, east, and west. 4 direction. So this is in the middle. Then I'm running my main loop. So once I run my main loop, so this program will keep on running. And if I close this one, then the program will close. Otherwise, it will keep on running in the infinite loop. Is it clear, the coding?
Yes, teacher. I think I'm clear now because my question earlier is about this text editor dot delete. The 1.0 is this is the default, teacher.
Yeah, this is the default.
So we cannot change this. If we put 2.0, that's different.
Yeah, that is like, it's like a kind of a what kind of operation we are performing on the window. That is, okay. That is what this test underscore edit is. What kind of operation we are performing on the window. Okay.
Oh, okay, teacher. Thank you.
So this is our first project. Like I think fourth or fifth project on the first project on the GUI. Now we can move to the second one, which is this one. Now I will going to create a GUI plus networking project. It is like a kind of a chatting app between a client and a server. Okay. So first I will write a code and I will try to explain line by line. Okay. So first
Mm-hmm.
here I will going to import the Kinder library. By the way, this is for the client side. Okay, this is for the client side. So we will import Kinder, or what we can do, we can import everything from Kinder. We can import everything. Then from socket, this is for the networking. We will import again everything. So this is for the networking part, and this is for the GUI part. Then here I will import underscore thread. Why thread? I will explain later. Okay. This is for the processing. This is for the processing. So first we will initialize the server connection. So here I will create a program def init underscore client. So here I will initialize the socket, which is s equal socket. And here I will use AF underscore inet. This is for the TCP connection and soft stream. Soft stream. Then I will apply the host. Host contain the IP address of the server. So this is IP of the server, which I am connect later on. Then port here is, I can use port number 1234 on both the files, like client file and server side. Then I will connect to server s.connect using host and port, and then I will return the S. This is my initialization function. Then I will create a function for updating the chat log. Like I have to keep on updating the chat log. So I will create a function for def update underscore chat. There I will type a message. Okay, I will ask a message and state. There. Here global setting is a variable here. Okay, it is a global variable. Not chat log. So this will be a global variable. What is global variable? The variable which we can use in the entire Python program. That is a global variable. Then here I will config chat log dot config state equal normal. Okay, like the state is normal, which means the connection is on. Okay, the connection is on. Then I will update the message in the middle. Okay, like the message will keep on coming, so we will update the message. So if state is equal to 0, means if the function is on, like if the state is on, Then I will update my chat dot log dot insert, and I wanted to insert the in the end, like I wanted to insert the end of the window, which is the message should be you, which is coming from the client side, which is coming from my side, you, and here I can put plus the message. The message. Okay. Else, if the state is not on, like it is a kind of a where the message is coming from. If the zero, then message is coming from the user side, from the client side. So this is message from the client side. Else, the message should be come from the server side. Message from the server side. Yeah. Then, if the connection is off, then we will going to disable. We will going to disable the chat log. Like no one can insert the message in the chat log if the connection is disabled. So here we can use chat log dot config state disabled. Then here I will use the program to show the latest message equal chat log dot view end. So this will show the like latest program, and view is for the vertical view, or we can say kind of a scroll bar where we can scroll in the vertical direction. Okay, like from top to bottom, like this one, and we can scroll. So this is my program for the chat log. This is a global variable, global, yeah. Now we can create a function to send the message. So here we can create a function to send message. Def send. Here I will again use a global variable, which is a text box. Then message equal, I will get a message from the test window. So test box dot get. So whatever the message in the test box, I will get it, and I will use a default value, and then I will update the chat log again. Here I will use update underscore chat. I will call my function update underscore chat. Here the message 0. Then here you can see 0 means update as a sender. Okay. Then here can send, actually we can send the message, which is the message is s.send message encode. And we wanted to encode in the ASCII encoding, ASCII encoding. Okay. Then here I will use a text box again dot delete. See what we will do once we will write anything, then we will delete that particular part 0.0 and add. Okay, let's say I'm writing something. Let's say I write something here, and after sending this message, then this part, whatever I'm writing, this should be deleted from the test box. Test box is a place where I will put something, where I will put a test here. Okay, that is a test box here. Then this is for sending. Then I can create a function for receiving. So here I can use a function def for receiving the message. So this is the function for receiving. Here I will use while one. One means the message which I will get receive from the receiver side. So here I will use a try block here, try. If the message, if the data we receive we have to, the size should be 1024. Okay. And message equal data dot decode. We have to decode in the form of S5 again. Then if message is not equal to anything, like if message is not equal to anything, if there is some message, then we will update the chat message comma 1. And if there's no message from the sender side, so we will pass. Okay. So from the receiver side, then we pass. Then here we will create an event here, which is again a function press. If a particular user press something, so this will take an event which is set. Okay, like if I press enter, so I am sending the message. Okay, if I press enter, so which means I'm sending the message. So this is the event here. Then from here, I will start to create a GUI function. So def GUI. Now GUI function should be a kind of a complex function. So I will create a global variable, chat log. Then I will create a global variable here, test drops, both. Then I will initiate the window, GUI equal TK, my window. Then I will set a title here, chat application, or let's say client site client chat application. Okay. Then I will get a window size, which is GUI dot geometry. Window size should be, we can keep 480, yeah, 470, let's say 470 by 470, like a square. Then here we will put test space to display the message. I have to create a window where I can check all my message, where all my message should be displayed. So this is test space to display message. So here I will use a variable chat log equal test. I will put this window inside GUI. The window color should be black. Okay, we will choose a black theme here. And for foreground color should be white here, let's say. Like the test color, whatever we are typing, that should be in white color. Then we will config the chatlog.config the state should be disabled. Okay, which means the state should be off. Then here I will create some buttons. This is button to send the message. So let's say my send button equal, I will create a button which will inside the GUI window. The color of the button should be, let's say green. Okay. And here I will put a foreground color should be, let's say black. And test should be send, a send button. Then I will call the function. Like when a user click on the button, it will send something. This one, we are calling the send function here. When someone click on the button. Okay. Then I will create a test box to write the message. Okay, I want to write some message. So I will use a test box to type message. Type the message. So here I will use test box equal test here inside GUI, comma background color is white. We want a white background color. Then here we will place the components. Like I wanted to place my button, my test box in the window. in the middle. So I wanted to put the chat log dot place. Now I wanted to put, I'm using the directions, like I'm using the coordinates here. X axis should be 6, Y should be 6, height should be, let's say 386, we can say. Yeah, width should be 460. Same as we can copy this part. And now we will going to place the test box where we will write something. Test box. So Y should be in 401 direction. Okay. Height should be very, not very high, and width should be 380 because we want this test box inside chat log. Okay. Then I will again paste. Now this is the code for the send button. I wanted to place the send button in the 400 direction. Y should be 401. Height should be 20 and width should be 50, like this one. So these are like placing the components. I will show you when I will run the code. Okay. Then at last, what we can do, we can bind the test box. Okay, like bind the test box to use enter. So when someone click on enter, then that test should be shared. So I will use the test box dot bind. I wanted to bind this text box with the enter button. So here I will use function key release is e equal return. Like when someone apply the enter button, which is return button, the test should be shared. Then I'm calling a test function here, this function test. Then here we have to create a thread. Create a thread to capture the message continuously. So here I will use underscore thread. I will create an object or object. We will going to start a new thread, and that will receive the call the receive function and just calling the receive function. Okay, so this is the thread for the client. Now, what is the thread? We will discuss that tomorrow, like in the detail, when we will discuss the multi-threading part. In the multi-threading, like we can run the multiple threads. What are threads? Threads are the processes. Okay, threads are the processes. Let's say you are running a application, any application. Let's say you are running the Chrome browser. So whenever you are running the Chrome browser, this is the whole process. Chrome browser is a process here. Inside a Chrome browser, we have multiple sub-processes, and that multiple sub-processes are known as threads. These are small threads. Okay, these sub-processes are threads, and with the help of these all threads, we are making a whole process. Okay, so these are known as threads. We will discuss the threads tomorrow in detail. But for now,
Okay.
we have to create a thread so that we can keep on receiving the message continuously from the server side. That is what we are creating a thread here. Okay. Then we can run the main loop, which is GUI dot main loop. And then here I can use if underscore underscore name underscore equal like we are running the program underscore main underscore. And here I will call my chat log equal test box equal none because I just want nothing in the starting. Then as equal, I will initialize in it initialize my client here. I'm calling my client function, this function, where I will initialize everything here, this function. And then at last, I am calling GUI. So let's write file name should be client underscore site underscore chatting underscore program dot py. My file name. Okay, there's something wrong in the file. So let's see. Data. Okay. Every data here. Data. Okay, so my client program is completed. Now I will going to create the server-side program. So server-side program is kind of similar to the client-side program. Okay, so here we will create a server-side program. So let me copy this part up to here. So this is the server side. Okay, this is server side. So again, I will create a program. I will copy this part for initialization. So this is initialize the server. How we can initialize? We can again define a socket for AFNet and sock stream for the TCP. Then I can config the details. Here comes the IP address of the server. Then I will bind. Now instead of connecting, I will bind. So s.bind the host and the port number together. Then I will set the number of clients. Like I can listen up to one client at a time. One client at a time. So the server can connect one client at a time. Because this is a single to single connection. Then here I can create connection address equal s.send. So this is for accepting the connection from the client side. Okay, now then I will return the connection. We can also return the address, but this is not needed here. Then here I will create a program for update underscore chat. Again, this program should be same as this program, update chat. So I will copy this part and I will paste here. So what we are doing, we are just updating the chat log. Again, this will take a message and a state. Then we have the chat log as a global variable. We are changing the state to normal. Then we are checking if the message is coming from the client side. Okay, 0. Sorry, 0 means if the message we are sending. So the server is sending. Because now we are the server. So this 0 means the server is sending. Then we will going to insert the message. And if it is 1, if 1 means client message. Like the message is coming from the client side. So I will put other here. I will put client here. Client message. It is a client message. Then I am disabling the window if there's no message, and then I'm showing the latest message here. Then I will again create a program for sending a message. So this will again the same as this function. We are using a send button here, like the send function. In the text box, we are typing something. Then we will update the chat here. And then we are sending the message. So here I will use con dot send. Okay, connection dot send the message in the encoding format. And here I will delete after sending the message. So that is a send message. Something wrong. Spawn here, address here. No. Then I will create a function for receiving the message. Again, it will same as this function. And these functions are same again. I will again copy it here and paste it here. So the function for receiving Y1. Then we will try to receive the message from the connection. Okay, size should be 1024 bytes. We have decode the message in the form of ASCII. And if there's no message, if there is message, because here I'm using not equal sign. If there's some message, then we will print the message in the update chat, except. And if there's no message, then we will pass. Okay, if there's no message, we will pass. And then this is my event here. Then I will create a GUI program. Again, I will copy this part. This part is exactly same as the client part. So I will create a GUI program. So this will take again two functions, two variable chat log and test box. We are initializing the size. The name should be server client chat application. Okay, window size. Then here we have this test space. Again, everything is okay here. Here we have the button for sending the message. A test box for typing something. Okay, GUI. Here we can put a foreground color to be white in the text box. Same we can do in the here. Foreground should be white. Then we have this place here for the components. So this will again the same as it is same as the client side. Then here we are binding. So this is my binding key. So when I click on the enter button, I will send the message. So this is clicking on the enter button and sending the message. Then I'm again creating a thread here for receiving the message. Then I'm running the main loop. And then I'm calling the function, which is initialize the sub. And that's it. I wanted to save this file. File name should be server. I can take this file name. In place of client, I can put the server side chatting program. Something is wrong here. This connection variable. Why is not accepting the connection? We have to check it. Okay, for now, we can start the server machine. So for the server, I'm going to use my VMware. If you wanted to use your same window, then I will show you that also in a bit. Okay. But for now, I will transfer this file in my server, and then I will run the server file first and then the client file. Okay. So let's see. See something is then this one. Why did not frequently try this file? It's not this one.
Teacher, I cannot
What?
understand.
Sorry?
Yeah, your sound's not clear.
Okay, no, just I'm debugging this particular
Okay,
error here.
there you go. Clear now.
It's okay. Let's run this one. Then we will
Okay.
see. So first we will go to run the server side. So we have to put the IP address of the server. So let's see. So here I can use ifconfig. The IP address of the server is 192.168. This one. So we have to copy this IP and we have to put this IP on both the machine, both files here and here. Okay. Now I have to transfer this file in the server machine. So this is my server and I have to transfer this file If the file is this one, just drag it and bring it here. Okay, now I have this file. Now I will open the terminal here. We will become a root user so that we can run the file. Then cd desktop. And here I will run the file, which is Python, this program. This program. Okay. Server side that you use here. Server side. What is the file name? Server side chatting program. And can't open the file. No such file. Why not? Here is the file. So I have to transfer it. After I have transferred this file now. Come on. Please show me the machine. This one. Yeah, now with this file. And now we can run this one. So what's the file name? Let me check. Okay. We are the root user. That is why it is not running. No issues. We will exit from here. And then I will move on desktop. Here ls. So here is our file, which is this file. I will run Python 3 server side chatting. Okay, now you can see nothing is uh nothing is displaying here. So what we can do to run the client program first. So now I'm going to run this program client side. Okay, now you will see there's an error here. What is the error? Where Jupyter specifies. Sorry, to put small x. Small x here. Now let's run it. No connection. Why? What is the IP address? 192.168.2.9.2.15. Okay, here also we have to change this file. 7 first change 6%. Let me open it. Here also we have to specify this geometry size. Small x. Okay. Now we can run this again. Now we will run this program first. Again, error bad keys. What is going on in the key release?
I think the equal sign teacher for the key release. Down more. Yeah, down. There we go.
Actually,
Is it
this is in capital letter. Key
okay.
and release, right? Like this one. RELEASE. Return. RET. Yeah. Same as I have to make changes in this one. This program, which is key release. I think now we are okay. Let's run this one again. Yeah. Now with this chatting app, this is my application. See here, this is my test box. Okay, my test box where I can write something. This one. This is my button here for sending, and this is my window here where I will see all my message. And this is
Mhm.
my title here. Okay. So now the same you can see here in the Linux. See the same window you can see here. So this is in the Linux and this is in the Windows. Now here I will type hi. Oh, 1 second. I have to change it. I have to change the color here. Foreground color should not be white. It should be black. Then only we can see the color.
Mhm.
Same as we have to do here. The foreground color should be black so that we can see the black. Yeah, black. Yeah. White layer. Let me check white and black. Now we can run it again. And here we can run it. So now let's say I'm just typing something. Hi, server. Okay, hi server. And if I send this, you can see you, which is me, hi server. And if you see in the here, you will see no message. Is there any message?
Maybe the colors
Um,
the teacher he forgot to save.
uh, maybe this month will be the same. But how is it possible? Yeah. With this foreground color is black, but foreground is no, the color is actually here. Background is black. Foreground color is white. Let me check where I the message are not yeah. You can see the error here. Name connection is not defined. That is
Mhm.
what the error is. So let me check. First, let me close this one. And then the error is in here, connection. The same which is coming here. Why? Why the error is coming? With this connection, we are accepting it and it is written message. But connection is not in here. I think connection is a local variable. That is why. What if I make the connection global variable? Yeah, now it is okay. So the same we can do in the global connection. So here we can modify this one. This variable should be global so that we can run this variable in another programs. Okay, now again we can try to run the code. Run this here. Again we can send a message. Hi server. Let's see here. Yeah. Now you can see client. Hi server. It is coming. Now let's say hello client. You can see you, which is our server, hello client, and here you can see server, hello client. So this is the client application, this is server application. Okay, you can see the GUI also. Background color is black. Even if I write something here, hi, again, you will see I can press enter also, or I can press the send button. Hi again. Here you can see hi again. Here I can also write hi again, server. And here I can press enter or I can press the send button. Both. Both should be applicable here. You can see. Okay. So now let me explain the code once again. So that, see, here the client side code and server side code are kind of same only. So first here we are importing the library. This is for the GUI and this is for the networking. And here this is for the thread. Here we are initializing the server connection first. So this is for the initialization. We are defining the socket, we are defining the IP address, the port number, and we are connecting with the host and port. Then this is for the update chat log. So here you can see in this window, here this global chat log is a variable, here a global variable. If the state is normal, if the connection is alive, then we can keep on sending the message. Okay, now here the state is 0. Like if the message is coming, it's going from our side, from the client side, then we will display U, which is you can see U here, and whatever the message is, hi sir, whatever the message is, which we are taking here. Then if the number is not 0, if the number is 1 here, then the message is coming from the other side, which is message is coming from the server. So this is server and the message here, whatever the message is. And then we are printing it. We are just checking in a vertical manner. You can see it is a vertical message. If the message will keep on increasing, you can see a scroll bar here, a scroll bar. So you can keep on scrolling the message and you can see the previous message and you can see the current message. So that is why we are using a vertical scroller here. Okay, like here in the Linux, in the VS Code, we have this scroller here. We can scroll the up and down. The same scroller you will see here in the chatting app. This is for the update the chat. Like the chat will keep on updating whenever we see some message. Then this is for the sending button. Like if I click on the send button, so what will happen? So here we will take the message. See, this is my test box. This is my test box where I'm writing the message. So when I type something, when I write something, let's say hi, I'm getting this message and I'm storing this message inside message here. So I'm getting test box dot get. So get message from here, okay, from here, and then update the chat. Print this message in the update here, in here. And then whenever you are sending message, encode the message. Okay, because we have to encode it. And then after sending the message, delete message from here, from the chat box. Okay, so once, for example, if I type here hi, and when I press enter, you see the message is deleted from here, from the text box. There's no message in the text box. So when I click on send button, the message will delete from here so that I can write another message like this one. Okay, so this is sent here. Then receive. So whatever we are receiving, like if the message is 1, like if the number is 1, which means we are receiving from the server side. So the size should be 1024 bytes. We are decoding. And if there's no message, then do nothing. If there's no message. And if there's some message, then update the chat window here and print the message here, like this one. Okay, if there's some message, then this is the button for the sending. Okay, for the enter here, when I press enter here, this is the event here. What is the event here? This event. When someone click on the enter button. So this is the event here. And we are sending the message. Here. We are calling the send button. So when someone click on the enter, we are calling the send button. This function here. This function here. Okay, so whether I can press on the button or I can press the enter, both will send my message. And this is the GUI Outlook here. You can see we're making a main window. Okay, this is for my main window. The title here, the size of the window here, 470 into 470. Then this is my test. Okay, like where I will put my test. This is my chat log here. To my chat log, where my all the tests should be visible. Background color is black. Foreground color is white here. Okay. State is disable. Then button here, you can see the background color is green. Foreground color is black. And button is send. So when someone click on the button, we are calling the send function. Okay, we are calling the send function, this function, this one. So what will happen when someone click on the send button? I am calling the send function here. Then this is for the text box. This text box. This one. Okay. Here I'm writing something. So my test here, background color is white here, foreground color is black, and here I'm sending the message. Then placing the components. Now this is for placing the components. Chat log is in this place. You can check out the coordinates. Okay. So X coordinate is 6 here. and Y coordinate is 6 here, like the portion of the main window, this one. Okay, and the height and width of this particular window, this particular window. Then you can see the test box place here, X and Y. Okay, the height should be 20, like the height, this height here of the test box, and width here, which is 380, this one, this width here. So this is the height of the test box and this is the width of the test box. Then send button here. Okay, here we are placing the send button. Then I am creating a bind button. When someone click on the enter, so I'm calling the press function. Press function we call the send function. And then here I'm creating a new thread here for sending the message. And here I'm starting a main loop here. Okay, the same you can see here. The only difference is in here. We are initializing and we are binding the method in the server side. We are listening on the one device only. And then we are accepting the connection from the client side. And then this is my update log, the same. Send here, receive here. Everything is same here. Okay, except this particular part. Is it clear, the functioning?
Yes, teacher.
Any questions?
No, teacher, no question. So, but one more question, teacher, again.
Yeah.
So in order to test this one-to-one chat client, one-to-one chat teacher is the other computer needs to have a Python too, huh?
Yes, yes. Python should be installed in the another system. That is compulsory.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, what you can do,
Unless
you can convert
compile,
this
huh?
Python program into exe program.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay, that
Which
I will
is
show
the
you if you want.
mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, if you want, I will show you how you can convert a PI program into exe. Then you can send the program in any machine, and without Python, that will work. But that program, that system should be inside your network
Inside
because
the net
we are using,
only, yeah.
yeah, because here we are using the server IP in the client and
Got
same
it.
IP here.
Uh-huh.
Any other question?
No, teacher, no.
Okay. Now let's say if you don't have your Linux machine, like you don't have the server, then let me show you how you can run in the same machine. Okay.
Yes.
So again, we can follow the same. Here first I have to know the IP address on my Windows. So here I will use IP config. IP is this one, 96. You can put here 96. Same as we can put 96 here. Now I will close this one. This is client side. Okay. And I will open a new window in the VS Code, which will open my new file, which is on the desktop, servers chatting. This one. So I have two windows here. Okay, first window is for the server, second window is for the client. Okay. Now I will first run the server program here in the one window. In the second window, I will run the client program. Now you will see this is client application. This is client application. Sorry, I have to make some changes here. Okay, like the size here. Um, These first in this function also, and size is 470 by 470. Yeah, now we are good. Now again, I can run this program, and here I can run this chatting app. So this is client and this is server. Here I can type something. Hi server. You can see hi server.
Mm-hmm.
Hi client.
Oh.
See, hi client. Okay. Here you can change the background color as well. In this program, foreground color is black.
Mm-hmm.
It should be black. So for once, we can run this one more time. So this is client. Fine. And this is server. So file. Okay. So this is how you can run in the same machine. Okay, now you can convert this py file into the exe as well, and then you
Yes,
can run
teacher.
it. Okay, I will show you tomorrow if you want. Okay, you can run
No
these
problem, teacher.
programs.
Yes.
There's a code here, pyexe something, a library. There's a
Mm-hmm.
one-line code you have to run in your CMD, and you can convert your py into exe. Then
Mm-hmm.
you can like transfer your exe into the Windows machine, any machine. If Python is not installed, then also you can connect.
Yes, teacher.
That I will show you tomorrow. Okay.
Yes, teacher.
Yeah. So now we can move to the third project, which is group project. So let me close this file here. I will create a new file. Python file. So this is the third project here, which is here we have to create a GUI networking project, which is we have multiple clients but one server. Okay.
Teacher, one to many is same as this one works only for your only LAN network only, right?
Sorry.
Still working for our LAN network. This one, even this one is one to many. This one works only for internal local area network only.
Exactly. Exactly. Again,
Thank you,
this will
teacher.
run in the same network.
Yes, same network.
So let me show you a picture. So how this code will work. So here we have this client. Okay, here we have this client. Client will first send and this is server here. So we will first start the server. Okay, we will start the server. Then in the client side, client will send a request to the server. So client will send the request to the server. Then the server will accept the connection. Okay, from the client side. Then the client will send the username, its username, because we can have multiple clients but one server, which means we can have multiple clients. So the client will send the username, let's say John. John is the username here. And this particular client is a username, John. Then the server, when the client will send the username to the server, they will both connect, they will both connect or start the thread. Like they will connect together on the same network. Okay, so client and server start the listener thread. So the client will listen and server will listen. Like they will start chatting together. Basically, server will not chat here. Okay, I will show you. Server will not going to chat. Let's say, so the client has connected with the server. Then server send a message to all the clients. Let's say like more clients. So server will send the message to all the clients that John has connected in the chatting room. That is server will send a message. Then server sends the message to the client, the same message to the client, which is this one. Let's say we have many clients. One client, let's say we have second client and third client. And let's say this fourth client. So we have four client. So we will follow the same process. The second client can also connect to the server. Third client can also connect to the server. And fourth client can also connect to the server. But server will not going to chat here. These four clients can chat with each other in a group. So that is a group chatting program. Okay, I will show you. It is again a kind of a easy program. So for the group chatting program, this is the client side. Okay. Okay, so here we will go to import some libraries, first socket, then we will import the threading. Let me remove this. Then we will import the threading. Then we will import from Kinter, we will import TK. Okay, there. Sorry, why am I importing the Kinter? S TK. Then we will import a message box. Okay, from printer, first we will import scroll test. So this will basically give the scroll bar, okay, inside the chat. Let's say we have many chat, so we can scroll up and down so that we can see all the message. Then we can import the message box. These are the libraries I have to. Then I will create a host here, a variable, which will take IP address of the server, and then so this is IP of the server and server and client should be in the same network. Then again we can use port number. This port number is 1234. Then here we can define some colors. Okay, some colors and fonts variables so that we can use in the GUI window. So here I will use the, let me open the coloring palette. Okay. So here I can use a color palette. SDWAN color. Like hex code we can use. Okay, not this one. Yeah. So first we can use a gray color or black color, any color we can pick up. Let's say we can pick this color. So we can copy this value and here we can paste. So this color is, we can use a caps dark underscore gray color. And here we can paste the color. Then we can use a kind of a, let's say, white color or medium gray. Let's say if we have any medium gray color, we can use this silver in place of medium gray. Then here we can use a blue color. For the blue color, we can use this ocean blue. So here I can paste this color. So we have three colors. Then I can use a white for the, here I can use white color, just white. Then for the font, I can use a font. We have many fonts, so I will going to use Helvetica. So is any, and font size should be 17. The same font I will going to use in the button, which is button underscore font. And the same button, same we can use in the small underscore font. Like same font, you can change the font of your choice. So we can copy. So this is font of yeah. This is fonts. Fonts the same here. We can reduce the size. Button size should be 50. Small size should be 30. So we have these variables so that we can directly use the variable later on. Then here we will going to create a socket object, which is here I can use client equal socket dot socket. Here this will take socket dot afnet afinet, comma, we will use socket dot sock stream, the same which we were using. Then this is, we are creating a socket object. Then we will create a program for add the message, a function for adding a message. So here comes our message. So here I will use a message box. Okay, message, let's say underscore box dot config. So here we are configuring. Again, we have to provide a state. State should be tk dot normal. That is the state. Again, the same state here. Then here we can use message and underscore box dot insert. So whatever the message we have to insert inside the window. So comma message plus, and we have to start in the new line. So whatever the message is, we have to print in the new line. So that is a new line character. Then message box is straight disable. So once we have the message, we have to on the state, then we have the message insert, and then we can again disable. So that we cannot write something in the message box. That is why we are enabling and disabling. Then here we have this connect here, dev connect. So we have to connect here. So here we have tried to connect with the server. Here we will use try block. Here I will use client dot connect. Here we will going to connect with the host, comma, port, like this. Then here I can use a message which is successfully connected to server. Then after connecting, we can add the message. We can call the message, and whatever the message is coming from, we will use server here first. Because first message should be coming from the server, which is this one, which we can copy the same message. See, successfully connected to the server. That is the message. Then, if we unable to connect, then we will show the error. Message box dot show error. And that will show the error as, sorry, I have to use message box. Show error as unable to connect to the server. And here we can put one more like kind of message. Like here we can put unable to, you're unable to connect to the server. Let's see, let's put here host, comma, port. And here we can use F sign. Okay. Unable to connect to the server, and here comes the IP address of the server and the port number of the server, which we are unable to connect. Then here we can use the username. If we manage to connect, then here we can apply our username. So username dot underscore test box. So we will take a username from the test box dot get. Okay. Then if username, if there's no username, if the username is empty, like if there is no username, then client dot send all. Here we will go to use send all because we have to send this message to every client in my network, like in my chatting here. So here I will use username dot encode. Like here I'm putting that if there's some username, okay, if there is some username, then I can send the username because here I'm using not equal sign. Not equal sign. Because if there is some username, then I will send this message to everyone. Okay. The else again we will throw the error. Error will be dot show error that please apply the username, which is we can use invalid username, or we can say username cannot be empty. Okay, username cannot be empty. Like this. So if there's no username, then we will throw this error. And if there's some username, then we can send the username to everyone in my network. That is one thing. Okay. Now, here I will going to configure. Here I will going to run threading dot thread. And here I will target my listen underscore for. I will call my function, which I will create again messages from underscore server. This is my function name. This will take arguments as client. Okay. And then here I will use dot start. Here I'm starting a thread here. Okay, like whatever the message coming from the server side, I will start the thread. Then here I will configure the username dot underscore test box dot config. And here I will use a state again equal tk dot disable. Okay. And then here I can use a button again, not disable. If there's no message, so I'm disabling the button and I'm disabling the test box. So that is what I'm doing. Okay. So here I have to use username dot underscore button. So this is my config function. Now next I will going to create a send message function. So this will take a message as message equal message will come from underscore test box. So message will come from the test box dot get. Now if we can check if there's some message, okay, if there is some message, then then the client will send the message to everyone in the chatting app. So message dot encode. We are encoding the message. Then message underscore underscore test box. So we wanted to display the message. Sorry, we want to delete the message. Because once we type the message, we can delete the test box. So like whatever the message in the test box, length of the message. Okay, now we can use else here. So we can again show an error in the message box that message should not be empty. If the user is not typing anything, so we can show an empty message. Error here that empty message. Please type something. Okay. Here, please type something. Or we can use please send something. Because message cannot be empty. Okay, because message cannot be empty. This is my else message. Then at last we can go to create the windows. So this is my main window root. This will take tk.tk like this one. Here I'm defining a geometry. We got geometry here. The size should be, we can provide again 600 by 600. Okay. Then here I'm using title here, this message slide. And then here we are putting a resizable that we want, if anyone wanted to resize the window, then that should be false. Like no one can resize the window. That is false and false. Like no one can resize the window from left side, from the height, and no one can resize the window from the width. So here we are providing no one can resize the window. Then here we can put the elements. First we will start the top field. we want a top frame, tk dot, it should be a frame. And here I want this frame inside root. The width of the frame should be 600 as per the size of the geometry, and height again should be 600. Sorry, 100. The frame size, yeah. And here we can provide a background color should be dark gray. We can call our variable dark gray. Then here we can provide the position to my frame, which is top frame dot grid. We can provide a position as a grid, row equals 0, column equals 0, and then here we can put a sticky here. We wanted to stick the frame to the main direction, like in the middle. So here we can use north, south, east, west in the middle direction. This is my top frame. Then comes my middle frame. Okay, dividing a window in the frame is a beneficial. So here we can use again frame here, and this will in the root, and width should be 600. Okay, height should be 100. Or here width is 100. So we can use 400 here. Comma VG equal, let's say medium color, medium gray. Then again we can provide the grid, row equal 1, column equal 0. Sticky, again we want it to stick in the middle. Then here we can create a bottom frame. Here comes our bottom. So let me copy this code here. Here comes our bottom frame. Bottom frame again, it is a frame. Now height should be 100 because 100 plus 400, 500 plus 100, 600. So we want overall 600 height, but width should be same. Then color should be dark gray. And here we can provide a grid to row equal to column 0. Yeah. And sticky north, south, east, west. This is my 3 frames, bottom, top, and middle. Then here we can provide a username underscore label. So we wanted to print the label for the username. So here I will use tk dot label. A label here which will inside the top frame. Because let's say the John is chatting. So we want John label there. Okay, that is top frame. And here we can use test equal. That should be enter username. Okay, we are taking username from the user. Then here I can use font equal font, okay, which we have decided earlier. Then we can use our background color to be dark gray, comma, foreground color should be white. Okay, so we have this color. Then again, now here we can use a tagging element here. Username dot tag. Where we wanted to keep the label. So here we can use side equal tk dot. We want in the left side the label, comma padding x equal 10 here. Then here we can use username dot test box where the user can put anything. Okay, username dot test box. Here, this is the entry here. Okay, this is the entry where the user can put something. So this is inside top frame again. And here we can follow the font color. The font should be again font. The background color should be medium gray. Okay. Then we can put foreground color should be white. Same. Width equal. We can provide a width of the entry where the user can apply their username. That is 23. And then again we can tag the user test box. Okay, we can tag it again on the left side without any padding. That is my username test box. Now I can put the username buttons. So here I can put the username underscore button. Okay, I can put a button here. Again, the button should be button. Okay. And I want in the top frame, which is in my main frame, comma. I can put a text here, which we say join. Join the meeting or join the chatting here. Then here we can use a font. For the button, we will use the button font. Okay, comma. Background color should be, we can use blue here, comma. Foreground color, we can use white, comma. Command. If someone click on join, so they will call the connect function. So they will call the connect function. This one. If I click on the button, I will call this function, which is connect. So that I can connect with the server. Then this is my username button. Then here I can place this button. I can pack it. Username button dot pack. I wanted to pack inside again. Site should be pk.left. I want it in left side. That is the button here. We can provide some padding also to the button. We can provide a padding of 15, let's say, so that our button will look free, a kind of a big button. Okay, so username button. Then comes the message underscore test box equal. So where we can type our message. So this is for typing the message. Here we can use our entry where we can write some message. So this we want in the bottom frame. I want this message button, this entry in the bottom frame. Again, the same kind of I want font. This we can copy this part and paste here. For the font, I want the small font for the let's say small font we can put medium gray. Let's say it's leave it color. Here I can put a width here, width of 30. Okay, the message test box width. Then we can place it. We can use this code and paste here. For the message text box, we want in the left direction and padding should be 10. Then we can put a button. So I will copy this button here and paste here. Now we want the message button. So I will change it to message. Message button. Yeah. So I want this message button to be in the bottom frame. Yeah, to be the bottom frame. And test should be send. When someone click on the send button. Okay. Font should be button. Foreground color should be white. Sorry, blue. Yeah, blue and white. And then command. When someone click on the button. So I'm calling the send underscore message function here. And then we can place the button to left and padding 10. So this is my message button. Okay. Now at last we can put the message box. Where I will going to see all my messages. Okay, so here I am installing a scroll bar. Scroll test dot scroll test, where I can keep a scroll bar so that I can keep on scrolling my test. I want this in my middle frame, comma. Font should be small font so that my message should be visible in the small font. Background color should be medium gray. Foreground color should be white again. Okay, width here we can put as let's say 67. Height we can put here, let's say 26. Width here, height here, yeah. Then I can tag my message box. So, and before packing, I put config that no one can write something in the message box. So we have to keep the state equal tk dot disabled. And then I can tag a message box dot tag. So where we can keep, we can again keep inside side left. So finally, I have all my components for my GUI, and then I can create a function which is using underscore for underscore messages underscore from underscore server. This is my function name here. And this will take a client as a again a function. Okay. Then here I will write while the message is from the server side. Okay, from the server side. Then I will store this inside a message. Client will receive the message and decode it. Here I am decoding message in the form of UTF-8. Then, if there's no message, if message is not equal to space, sorry, if there is some message, then we will split the username equal message dot split. And here we can split with this sign. And then we want the first username. And then here the content of the username. Here comes the content. Whatever the user is printing something. So that is again, we can use message dot split one here. Finally, we can put a add message function, we can call it, and this will take a username as a username. Okay, and content as a message. Okay, because you can see our add message function, this one, it's taking message as a argument here. So we are putting two arguments, username and content. Then else, if there is no message, then again we can throw an error, which is message box dot show error. Dot show error, and error should be error which is message received from client is empty. Okay, so we have to receive the message from the client because the client is actually chatting with each other. So that is why we are making this program. And last, we can define main, which will call the main function, which is root dot. We are running the main loop. At last, we are calling if underscore underscore main underscore call. Here comes the double equal sign. Then we are running the main function. Finally, our program is ready. We can save it. Group underscore chatting .py. Group chatting. Now there's some problem in the code. Let's check. There is no user. Okay, now we are good. This is my group chatting client program. Now we will create a server. The server program is very small because the server is not actually chatting with the client. So the server program is very small. So we will copy this part. So this is server side. So here we will import the socket and we will import the threading. Then here we have to define this part, okay, which is who is our host and who. Then here we can define the listener limit. Okay, like how many device the client, the server can limit or listen. So it should be 5. Like 5 clients can connect in a single connection. Okay, at a time. And here we have this active underscore clients. So whoever is the active client, we are creating a list here. So if the client is keep on adding, we will add the client IP here in this list. Okay, now we will create a function depth listen for messages. This will take client as a argument and user. So while one. So if message is coming from their side, from the client side, because we are the server. So we will type message equal client dot receive. We have to receive 2048. Here we are doubling the size of the message because they are like multiple clients. That is fine. So this is we are double the size of the message. And then here we can provide UTF-8 as an encoding here. Then if message is we can copy this part. Let's write it. If there's no message, okay, like sorry, if there is some message, then here we can print the final underscore message equal username plus, and here we can use a separator plus message. Then here we can use send underscore message to underscore all. This is my function, which will send the final message. Okay, this is the final message. Else, if there is no message, so we can print the message sent from client. We can put the username of the client here. If the user is putting the empty message, that user is printing the empty message. Okay, that is LCA. Now we can create a function again. This function is send message to all. This function. So here we will create this function, and here this will take again client comma message as a argument. This will send the message to send all. So message dot encode, because we wanted to send an encoded message. Then we can create another function which is send message. Okay, this is send messages. And this is send message to all, and this is send messages to all. These are different. This is send message to all, this is send messages to all. And here comes the messages, all the messages that we are sending. So for user in active underscore client. So we are sending the message to all the clients in the active connection. So here we are iterating the list, and we are sending the message to all. Send message to client. This is the client message, and this is the all message. Send messages to client, like this one. So here user number 1, and then we are sending the message to that user message. And then at last we can create our final function, which is send message to client. Get client. Here I can use client underscore handle. And here I'm using client here. Again, while. So this will handle the clients. One. So here I am using username equal client dot receive. So this will receive the message of 2048 bytes, and we will decode the message in the form of UTF-8. Okay, this is for receiving the message. Now again, if username is not empty, if there is some username, then we can use active underscore client. We can append the username and their client IP. So here you have to use tuple here, username and their client. And then here we have to use prompt message. Prompt underscore message equal. This is from the server side. Okay, and what is the message from the server side? That username. Okay, this is from the server side, which is here we can mention this username added to the chat like this. Yeah. Then we can send this message to everyone. We just send messages to all and the prompt message, because we wanted to send this message to everyone that this particular user has connected. And then we can break the loop. Else we can run this file print message that client username is empty. So this is my function. And then I can run a thread here. Just in the while loop, we can run the threading dot thread. So this will target the listen for messages function. Comma, argument should be client comma username. Okay. And then at last we can start the thread. Like we can start the process of our server. Okay. So now this is my main function, which will be use a server. And now we can use socket dot socket, and this will use socket dot AFINET. This one. Okay, AFINET is for IPv4. If you wanted to use IPv6, you can use ANET I6. This is for the IPv6. Then you can use socket dot sock string like this. Okay, now here we can run the try block. If there's some problem in the connection, then we can use the try here. So first, if there's no problem, then we can use bind method here. We can bind, and then we can print the statement that running the server on, and here comes the host, the IP address of the server, and here comes the port number of the server. Except if there's some problem in the connection, then we can run, we can use enable fail to bind the server like this one. And then at last, we can listen for the listen limit here. What is the listen limit? 5. We can connect with the 5 clients at a time. You can also increase the limit. It depends on your system process. Okay. At last, we can use file 1, which is client address. We can accept the connection, and then we can print the message, new connection from the client. So here, what we can new connection from address number 0 and address number 1, like this. We can like accept the connection. Then at last, we can run this thread. We can copy this one and we can run this thread. So target is the listen underscore handle. Sorry, client underscore network. So this will take client as a argument. And then we are starting the thread. At last, we can run if underscore underscore name is equal to underscore underscore main. Then we can run the main function. That's it. Our program is ready, and this is group chatting group server. Finally, our both programs are ready. Now what we can do, we can transfer this group server in the here in this file. This is my group server. Okay. Now we will going to run this server first, and then we will going to run the client. So we will use Python 3 group server.py. And before running it, we will apply the IP address. So IP address is 192.168.29244. So we'll copy this one, and we will use this group server. We can open this file, and here we have to paste the IP address of the server. Okay. Then we can run this Python 3 group server.py. Okay, now you can see the server is running on this IP address and this port number. Now we will run the client program. So first we will apply the IP here as well of the server. 244. I think IP is 244. Okay, now see, I will run this program. And here is our chatting app. You can see it is kind of looking, buttons are so big here, but no issue. In the client side, you will notice if I apply the name here, first I have to enter the username. So username is, let's say, John, and I will click on join here. Unable to connect. There's some error here. This will send a message about this will not is not connected, and when clicking on 245 1234 port send all. There's a issue in the send all. Let me check. Yes, it's send all. Username let me. Let's do one thing. Let's continue this program tomorrow. Okay, I will fix the issue and I will explain the coding tomorrow. Okay.
Yes, teacher. Thank you. Thank you very much.
So tomorrow we will continue with this application, and then we will start with the database. Okay.
Yes, teacher. Thank you.
Any questions?
No, teacher. See you tomorrow, teacher. Just I want to practice the one-to-one chatting, teacher.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you. I will share the codes and the recorded session. Thank you.
Yes, teacher. Thank you again. Have a good day.